All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We are retaking our percents test today. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to find this green paper. If you don't have the green paper because you lost it, you're going to ask for an extra copy. Then you're only going to watch the problems that you feel like you don't know how to do. So let's say these first two you're good with, these next two you're not really sure, these two you're good with, these two you're not really sure. You can skip through this video. You do not have to do them all. The only two that are required are these two because we did not get a chance to do those last week. Okay? So what you're going to do is watch and write down notes for each problem that you are unsure of. Then you're going to get a copy of your retake test. There will not be retakes on the retake, and you may not go back and watch this video after you have started the test. So make sure anything you need to write down on your paper, the steps to solve the problems, you do it now. Okay? All right, we're going to start with number 1. We're turning the fraction 18 over 45 into a percent. So there are 2 steps to this problem. The first we should all know because we're going to be seeing fraction bars for the rest of our lives and know that they mean division. We always start with the numerator. So in our calculators, we're going to type 18 divided by 45, which gives us 0.4. And then we need to turn that decimal into a percent. So we're going to multiply by 100. We could also move the decimal 2 places to the right. Either way, we're going to come up with 40%. All right, number 2, if I score 60 out of 75 on a test, what is my percent score? So again, we don't have a fraction in our problem, but we can easily make one because we know we got 60 out of 75. A fraction is part over whole. Then we're going to do our division with our numerator first. 60 divided by 75 equals 0.8. If we multiply that by 100, I know we're going to get 80%. All right, the next section, our percent of problems. The word of in math usually means that we're going to multiply, okay? So all we're going to do in these is take this percent and change it to a decimal, which is what we always do with percent problems. We start by dividing this number by 100. So I'm going to move that decimal 2 places to the left, and then I'm going to multiply. Okay, that's it. So on my calculator, 0.45 times 60 is equal to 27. So 45% of 60 is 27. All right, this problem right here can give you an idea of what type of problem you might be solving if you're solving percent of problems. Okay, so here's the information we know. There are 415 students in 7th grade, and 60% of them ride the bus. So how many actual students is that? If I needed to get buses, how many would I need? So I'm going to start with my 60%. Always move the decimal 2 places to the left. So when it's a 2-digit number, it's going to go out front. I'm going to multiply that 60% by 415 students. This is where my calculator comes in handy. 0.60 times 415 equals 249 students. All right, these next 4 problems are going to take what we just did and take it 1 step further. So the first thing we're going to be doing is finding out what is 8.5% of $56, and then we have to decide, are we going to add that amount or subtract that amount from the original price? Okay, so $56 on a pair of shoes, sales tax is 8.5%. What will I have to pay in total for the shoes? So it's not asking for just the sales tax, it's asking for in total. All right, So again, let's always start with our percent. We're going to move it 2 places to the left. You already have a decimal point here. That doesn't mean you don't have to move it. It just means you're going to have a placeholder 0 because I only had 1 place to move it and I needed 2. All right, so there's my percent turned decimal. Then I'm going to answer the question, what is 8.5% of $56? So I'm going to multiply. All right, $4.76. So that is my sales tax. That is not how much I'm paying. That is my sales tax. I do have to pay this. I also have to pay this. So $56 plus sales tax of $4.76 is going to equal a total of $60.76, which makes sense, right? I know that I have to pay sales tax when I go in. If I see this price, you know, $4 or $5 more is not a big deal. If this was $600, we would want to reevaluate. All right, markups are the exact same thing as sales tax. We see the word up, so we know our price is probably going to increase, okay? So we're going to do the same thing we did on the last problem. We're going to find our percent. We're going to move the decimal 2 places to the left. Then we're going to find out what is 35% of $15. This is a markup, so a store is buying the jeans for $15. They mark up the clothing by 35%, and then they sell them. So the question is, how much are they going to charge us as the customer for it? Okay. So 35% times 15 equals $5.25. But that's not how much I'm going to pay for the jeans. This is how much the store bought them for. This is how much they want to make off of those jeans. So then I'm going to add those 2 numbers. So I am going to pay $20.25 for that pair of jeans. Okay, here are the ones that I like because I get to save money. So now I have a $75 pair of headphones, which is crazy, but I know you guys spend that or more sometimes on electronics and headphones. And I have a 20% off coupon. Woohoo! I get to save some money. So I'm going to do the same thing previously. I'm going to find out what is 20% of $75. So I'm going to multiply $75. There's my invisible decimal times 0.20. 0.20 times 75 equals $15. That is how much money I get to save. Ladies and gentlemen, you're never going to pay $15 for a pair of $75 headphones. That would be crazy. This is how much I save off of my cost. So since I'm saving money, of course I know I'm going to now subtract instead of add. $60. All right. Our next discount. The new Sweet Kicks that you want are $80, but you have a 15% off coupon. How much money do you need for the shoes? Okay, so I'm trying to save up for these shoes. I want to make sure I have enough money. So I'm going to start with my 15% again. Move the decimal 2 places to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, in this test, when in doubt, move the decimal and multiply. Okay? Then see if there's something else you think you need to do. All right, so I'm going to do 15% times 80. $12. I'm saving $12 on my shoes. Okay? Then I'm going to take the original price of my shoes and subtract the $12. Okay? Because I'm not paying $12. I get to take away $12. So 80 minus 12. I need to save $68 for this pair of shoes. All right, the last 2 are the 2 we haven't done yet in our Bellwork retake review. But the formula is something we just have to remember. So if I were you, I would write this down, okay? So it is, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the change in numbers, okay? Or the difference within your two numbers. We're finding percent change. I put a fraction bar underneath that, so once I find that change, I'm gonna divide it by the original number. Original is the same as starting, so I'm gonna divide it by the starting number. So whatever number I see first, or whatever number we start at, okay? Then, once I do that division, as usual, I have to multiply by 100 because I'm gonna end up with a decimal and not a percent, and I'm trying to find percent change. So on the first problem, we're just gonna plug in the numbers to the formula. So it says on top, I need change or difference. So I'm going from 45 to 60. So to find the change or difference, I'm just gonna subtract those two numbers. It doesn't matter what order you put them in because you would find the absolute value. So 15 is the change, okay? If for some reason I did this, guess what? I just drop off the negative sign. That's fine. All right. Then I'm going to divide it by the original number. So I went from 45 to 60. So I started at 45. Okay. So change goes on top. Original number, starting number goes on bottom. Then, oh look, I have a fraction bar, so I know I need to divide. 15 divided by 45 equals 0.3, repeating. Okay, don't let that confuse you. It's just a repeating decimal. Multiply that number by 100. So I'm going to get 33.3%. Okay, guys, this could be 33%, it could be 33.3, it could be 33.333. It does not matter. All you have to do is look at the multiple choice that you have and make sure that you're matching. Okay? All right, what is the percent decrease from 105 to 75? So this time we're getting smaller, but it's the same process. We're going to do the change or difference on top, original or starting number on bottom, multiply by 100. So 105 to 75, how much did we change or decrease? Or what's the difference? 30. The starting number, so we went from 105 to 75. So we started at 105. Division, because I see a fraction bar. Okay, again, this is just a decimal, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let it confuse you. We always multiply by 100 to turn it to a percent. So I'm going to just take the next two places after the decimal. 28.57%. Let's say I get down to my multiple choice answers and I don't have this, but I have this. Is that the same thing? Absolutely. What if I have this? Is that the same thing? Yes. Okay. So if what you think you have doesn't show up, round it differently and see if you have the right answer. All right. You may go back and go over any of these again that you need to. When you are ready, go get the retake test. You only have class time today, so make sure you finish it. And then hopefully we can move on tomorrow with greater grades. Have a good day.